أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وكأي من دابة لا تحمل رزقها الله يرزقها وإياكم وهو السميع العليم صدق الله العظيم. وكأي من دابة, and how many of the animals لا تحمل رزقها, do not carry their provisions. Allahu yarzuquha, Allah provides the provision. Wa iyyakum, and your provision also. Wa huwa as-sami'ul alim, He is all hearing and all knowing. Sadaqallahu al-azim. Today's verse is verse 59, verse 60 of the 29th surah of the Holy Quran. I've chosen this verse as it carries a lot of meaning in it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that how many of the animals, living creatures like fish, birds, ants, etc., carry the provision with them. Of course, there are some who do store up their provisions. A good example is that of ants, and some animals like squirrels and etc., who do store up a little bit of food for the future. But majority of the animals do not store their food even for tomorrow. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala looks after them and cares for the provision. How many animals or birds you see dead on the streets, on the roads, or in the fields out of lack of food? Hardly anyone. And similarly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that He provides rizq, provision even for man. Although man has the ability to think for tomorrow, store up his provision and rizqi, but is he certain that he will be able to do so unless Allah wills? Have we not seen so many shops which open in the malls, then after a couple of months they close down after massive renovations? Have we not seen restaurants beautifully decorated, all set to go for business, and unfortunately they close down after some time? Even factories close down, even crops in the fields. Sometimes there's a bad produce, a bad crop, and the farmers are at a loss. It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who looks after your rizqi. And He says He has fixed your rizq. He has fixed your provision. You are going to get what is fated for you. There's no doubt about that. And a very good example is if you plant a seed in the soil, or you plant a sapling, are you responsible for its growth? Who makes it grow? It's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have no power to make it grow if it doesn't want to grow. However, in certain cases, if your strength of Iman is to such an extent, like we have seen of the Sufi masters of the old, that Allah used to provide them for rizq from Himself. A very good example is in the Holy Quran. Mary, the mother of Jesus Christ, many a times Zechariah alayhi salam used to enter into her room and used to find there fruits, and he used to ask her, where did the fruit come from? She used to say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has provided them. So food, rizqi is absolutely in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's hands. There's a story in the Holy Quran about a group of men who said that early morning we will go to our fruit orchards and reap the fruits. But they forgot to say, if Allah wills, inshallah. They failed to say the word, and when they went to the orchards, they found that it had been burnt by fire overnight. They were so sure that they were going to reap their harvest of fruits. So it is not in man's hand to ensure that he will get his provision. Similarly, Allah feeds whomever He wants out of His ghaib. The story of the Sahabe al-Akaf, or the story of the men of the cave in Surat Al-Kahf. There were young men who ran away from the people of the time so that they were not persecuted. And they went in a cave and they stayed inside the cave for 309 years. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Quran, people thought if somebody had seen them, people would have thought that they were awake because they were tossing from right to left. But actually, they were in a deep slumber. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can even maintain your nutrition while you have been asleep for hundreds of years. I brought this ayat up, this verse, so that our taqwa in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increases. So that we do not say that our provisions, our rizqi, is only due to our efforts. But it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who feeds the animals, the creatures, and even the man himself. وما علينا إلا البلاغ المبين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.